of Osseo High School for Northwest Suburban Conference Gymnastics. It's an all-district 279 meet for you tonight. The Park Center Pirates taking on Osseo Fridley Orioles. Hi, I'm Jay Wilcox along with Deb Rasmussen. John Jacobson will join us later as well. And Deb, got the holiday break out of the way. Now we're going to see, how in shape these teams are and how ready to go. Park Center's had a great start. Osseo, a young team but building, and we're going to see an interesting one.
This is crunch time now. They have about a month before we get into the sections, and this is where these girls need to really perform at that high level, get rid of all of the bobbles and wobbles, and really start to hone in on these new skills that they have and get the highest scores possible. You want your score to build from this point forward so that you're ready to go when we get into the section meet. And even though the break from school, these girls are still here working out occasionally, so it's crunch time now.
Park Center's had a great start to this season. They've scored in the 141s already, which for their team is the best that any Park Center team has done since the late 1980s. So they're obviously pretty jacked up. Yes. Their program's had a great resurgence these last 4 or 5 years.
I was just speaking with Coach Bruce, and he has had the help of a local, John Tobler. He used to coach gymnastics all over and stuff, and he said this is the best team that he has seen him have since they started there, and he's got some girls that are throwing some really big tricks tonight, so it'll be really fun to watch.
The Pirates unfortunately will be without the services of Maddie Clausen, one of their best gymnasts tonight. She's just returning from a mission trip. Meanwhile, for Osseo, very young team, no seniors on their team, but they've got a lot of enthusiasm and some talent that's come in, and it's been an exciting thing for them to see the growth that they've had early in the season too.
And I think they're just so grateful that the program is still involved. They kind of co-op with some of the Fridley people, and for that, I'm just glad to see the program is still flourishing, and so I think it's really going to be a great meet tonight.
All right, we'll be back with the start of tonight's meet in a moment here on CCX.
What makes your community feel like home? Is it knowing what's happening in your neighborhood, or when people know your name? Connections make us a community. For more than 30 years, Northwest Community Television has connected citizens, neighbors, even sports fans through video. As life gets busier than ever, we will still offer you a connected community experience through CCX Media, so you can stay connected to the place you call home.
Welcome back here to Osseo as the team's completing their warm-up on their first event. It'll be Osseo's varsity on the vault up first. Rachel Hawley will get things started for the Orioles, who also, as we said, include students from Fridley and also from Maranatha as well a little bit.
I have to say, this is the first gym in a long time where the vaulting is actually in the middle of the gym. Usually it's against a wall, and I always think that is so freaky as a gymnast that you're running, but this is a beautiful gym for this type of event.
And better lighting now. They've upgraded the lighting in this gym here at Osseo too. It's obviously helpful for television, but also for the gymnast, I think, a little bit nicer. And so Rachel Hawley is getting set to go here as junior captain, and her first vault.
Starts off with a half on, half off. Very nicely done. Just a small, tiny step on the landing. One of the things the judges will be looking for on this is a nice pre-flight that has good form, which she does. There is the half on, and she does the half off with just that little step on the landing.
Been on the team since 7th grade, now a junior, and her high on the vault this year is 7.85. We'll see what they go with on her first vault.
She's going to want to just get a little tiny bigger block so she can stick that landing. There she goes, another half on, half off. Good start for the Osseo girls.
First vault was a 7-1 and a 7-0, so see what she'll get for her second. Katie Edwards is coming up next for Osseo. 6'8" and a 6'9" on her second one, so 7.05 average there on that first vault. as Katie Edwards gets set to go, a 9th grader at Osseo, 2nd year on the team.
Katie doing a front handspring there, and she was just a little low on the landing. She's just going to have to block a little bit harder. You'll see here she just was a little short on this. Arms bent a tiny bit and just wasn't quite able to stand that up. There's a small deduction there for touching of her hands on that. You can tell it's probably not one of her best, and the good thing in vault is you get 2.
Quick learner with some natural skill is what her coaches say about her. So another opportunity here, 6.35 and a 6.5 on that first vault.
Just try to run a little bit stronger. There, beautiful vault, nice landing, and just a small tiny step on that one. When they're doing the front handspring, they're looking for straight body position, straight arms. She had a little slight bend in the arm, but what a strong block, and really nice second vault. It's always hard when you have that first vault and now it's in the back of your mind, oh dear, now I got to really stick this one. She did a good job.
It's a 7-2 from both judges, so obviously that's the better of her too, as even a novice like me could tell that, Deb. Lexi Shreve is up next year. She is a 7th grader at Maranatha.
Wow, she has so much power, almost too much power on that vault. She's looking like she was doing a half on full off. She has a tiny little thing, but look how strong. Beautiful half on, and just had so much power. She wasn't able to quite keep that in control and get that full twist all the way. Beautiful body position for her though. Just unfortunately has to maybe control it just a little bit more.
7.8 and a 7.6.
Big vault for her. That was pretty good.
She's had a high this year on vault of just over 8.15.
Yep. What impresses me is the distance that she gets on that after flight. And again, she is a petite little gymnast, but she is so strong that you can tell when she does this vault, maybe doesn't get the twist all the way around, but her after flight, she travels quite a distance.
A 7.8 and a 7.5 on that second vault. So Laura Payne will be up next year for Osseo Fridley, sophomore and a captain, 2nd year on the team.
Very nice half on, half off, great body position, good form. And again, just that small step on that landing. That should score pretty well for that vault.
7.6 and a 7.8. Consistent hard worker, according to her coaches, which you love to have, and hope that some of the teammates see that and then it rubs off a little bit.
You know, it's always, it's an honor when you have a sophomore that is that in that leadership position to be a captain of that team. It shows that she has not only the respect of her coaches, but of her teammates as well.
Got a mixture of new athletes to the team and returners for this Osseo Fridley team. So there's a look at Tammy Hoff, the coach, and she's excited with the way her team has worked. And you know, a lot of new faces, but they've worked hard and doing pretty well.
You know, and that's what, for such a young team, that's, you know, what you hope for is that your team continues to get stronger every day, every meet, and the scores increase. You can't ask more from your gymnasts.
Alyssa Johnson's first vault.
Doing that half on, half off, just kind of has to step to the side. I was watching her get her ankles taped during warm-up, so struggling with a little bit possible injury. And this is a tough event when you have some tweaks in your ankle.
Coming over from club gymnastics at Gleason's, and has had a high on the vault this year of 8.4.
was definitely a better second vault. The step was a little bit smaller, and you can just tell by her run and her form that she has had private club experience. Beautiful form on the pre-flight and nice block.
She'll get a 7.5 for a 7.7 and 7.8. Excuse me, a 7. Nice math there, Jay. Obviously, Johnson finishing off strong with her second vault. So first rotation is complete here as Osseo done on the vault. Park Center will be up next on the vault here as we continue our coverage of Northwest Suburban Gymnastics here on CCX Sports.
They said a bottle was just a bottle. That no one would ever notice me. But I knew I could be more. That one day, I would make people smile.
Park Center's gymnasts finishing up their warm-ups on the vault as they get set for their first varsity rotation here. It'll be Jamira Powell to lead things off for Park Center. Rachel DuPont will follow her. Jantheni Vu, Chandra Vu, and Haley Ilya. There's a look at Bruce Smith, kind of a legendary coach, and Deb at the State Meet Banquet. Bruce is going to be inducted into the Coaches Association Hall of Fame. He didn't bring it up, but you know, that's something to be pretty proud of. He
is so humble, and he's an amazing man, and I am so thrilled for him that he gets this recognition because he deserves it.
Jamira Powell, sounds like vault is one of her better events.
She does a beautiful half on, half off. She has great body position and a pretty solid landing. You can tell here she has a strong run. Here's her pre-flight, nice form. Just that little step to the side. .45 girls on the roster for Park Center. It's been kind of a, you know, we'll take everybody kind of a program, and obviously there's some popularity, and they've done a good job working with gymnasts of all levels too. He really does, and he makes sure that each one, their whole coaching staff, they make sure that every girl feels like they are a part of the team and they are an important contributor to this. Boy, that was a beautiful vault. She had great form and a really solid landing. You know, back many years ago when maybe his team wasn't so strong, I hadn't seen a team that had this much fun. Every year these girls, whether they're a rock star team like they are this year or maybe didn't have the talent, they are a team. They cheer each other on. You can hear it in the background. It's just very exciting.
Powell, a 7.75. This is Rachel DuPont for the Pirates, their second vaulter.
Again, a beautiful half on, half off. Great form and a pretty decent landing on that also.
She's a freshman, her first year with this Pirates team.
What makes that vault probably score pretty well is she completes that twist. She has a beautiful block, so she is completely off that vaulting platform when she starts that half twist, and that's what judges are going to be looking for.
Got an 8.15 and an 8.0 on the first vault, and here's her second.
Second vault, very good. A little bit bigger of a step, but again, if you leave a hand on that vaulting platform prior to the twisting, you get a little bit of adduction for that. You'll see here she has a great block. Both hands are off. Then she starts that twist. That's what makes this vault real special.
Anthony Vu coming up next. An 8.0 from both judges on that second vault for Rachel.
Very nice vault there. It increases the difficulty a little bit. She has a full twist off that vault. We call this a half on, full off. You'll see here again a solid run. Great half on. She blocks before she starts twisting, completes that twist, and just that step on the landing.
Anthony healthier this year than she'd been last year, it sounds like, and their coaches said she has a chance to score 9s in 3 of the 4 events tonight.
Again, another really nice vault. She's got such great form, and I love the fact that that twist the form is so good.
Got an 8.4 and an 8.35 on the first vault, and we'll see what the second one will look like.
There it is. You can just see very nice, solid twist, and lands that in a body position where she's standing up. She's not bent over, so she's not short and she's not too far.
Got 8-1s from both judges on that second vault. Chandra Vu coming up next year for Park Center.
She did a vault warm-up I have not seen. This is a half on. If she throws it, it's a double twist off. It's pretty incredible. There it is. Literally in the 20 few years that I've been doing this, that is my first half on double off that I've seen, and nice job. Again, strong run. She has a beautiful block. Her twisting is real quick and tight. Might have a small deduction because she didn't quite make it all the way around, but that is a tough vault. She's got to spin twice and then land it.
It's an 8.7 and an 8.5.
See if she can complete. Again, another beautiful vault. Like I said, I'm just, in warm-ups, I think I kind of got starstruck for a minute. I was like, wow, I've never seen that. So fun vault to watch. You'll see here, she has got such a powerful block that she's able to complete that twist. A little bit shy again, but this is so difficult. Nice job.
Haley Illy, the 5th competitor, getting set to go. 8.45 and an 8.7 for Chandra Vu.
Haley Illy, you'll see that she needs to run so much farther than a lot of the girls. She's actually starting in the weight room that comes through the gym. She's doing a vault here called a Yurchenko, and it's a big vault. Round off back handspring onto the platform, back flip off. Almost over-rotated that. She is so strong and has so much power on that vault.
An all-state pick last year. Haley, 4th year on the team, and definitely considered among the better gymnasts in the state. Been in the state meet 3 times.
It's a pretty big accomplishment. Then that would have put her in state and as an 8th grader. Is that? She's a junior right now, I think.
It's an 8.9 and an 8.85.
She's going to try to, the only thing I can see she really needs to improve is that landing. There, nice job. Shoulders might have been a little down on that one. You can tell she's caught somewhere in the of over-rotating and under-rotating. Still, that, those are the types of vaults that you're seeing a lot at the college level too. So when you walk into a high school gym and see someone throw that big of a vault, it's pretty spectacular. Just so much power on that vault. Nice job.
Haley will get an 8.8, and our second judge score coming up, 8.75. So we have completed 2 events here as both teams' varsities have finished up on the vault. We'll be back with the uneven bars. Park Center up first here as the Northwest Suburban meet continues here on CCX Sports.
I adopted Bento in 2010 from a shelter. As it turns out, we have very similar personalities. And this cat makes me make art because he's always motivating me to take pictures of him, to draw pictures of him. He just is motivating artistically. It's just that simple. Well, he's my best friend, but a lot of people know him as Keyboard Cat.
Welcome back here to Osseo as each team has competed on the vault so far. And there's your scores. Park Center leading at 33.925 to 30.1. Park Center on the uneven bars, and Hannah Farrell will be up first. Coming back off an injury on her 5th year on the team now as a junior.
It's kind of fun in the high school sports nowadays that if your junior high or middle school doesn't have a team, you're allowed to pop up and compete for the high school. So the coaches enjoy that. They get to have these girls for more than, 3 or 4 years. Fantastic start to that Park Center team bar routine. Starts out with a nice glide kip. Back hip circle right into that squat on. Oh, sorry, another back hip circle. Does a series of long hang kips, and it's unusual that you see a girl do them from this direction, but she also has a really unique dismount. Nicely done.
So Alyssa Lance will be up next here for Park Center as we await Hannah Farrell's scores. She will have a 7.4 and a 6.9.
Again, starting out with a glide kip, back hip circle. Does a move here called a rear uprise. Goes into a long hang kip. Another long hang kip. Cast into a beautiful pike flyaway dismount and a solid landing. When you're watching the uneven bars, what you're looking for obviously is good form, straight arms, straight legs, but every move has to flow directly into the next one. You don't want to have any stops or breaks in the routine, and she just does a beautiful job on that. This move here, the rear uprise, goes right into the 2 long hang kips. You can't do a pike flyaway any better than this right here. It was beautiful and nailed the landing.
She will get a 7.15 and a 7.5. And here's Chandra Vu.
Starts out with a switch kip into a free hip back hip circle. Going right into these, casting up into a handstand, and she is looking to do a giant. She just didn't quite make that all the way around. This is she is just a tiny little thing and so strong. She's got to have some big moves to be able to make that. You'll see right there, gorgeous giants, great form on that, and flyaway, she just floats into a solid landing. There'll be the deduction for that fall, but she has such beautiful form. Starts out with a move. She does a kip, casts into a switch kip, free hip back hip circle, and gets for that squat on. You'll see here she just didn't quite get that cast big enough for that flyaway. She wasn't able to make it, or the giant wasn't able to make it all the way around, and unfortunately had to fall. But the second attempt at that, gorgeous.
Janthony Vu getting set to go as we await the scores for Chandra Vu here. A 7.15 and a 6.95.
She loses that half a point for the fall. Other than that, it was a beautiful routine. Great work here on these free hip back hip circles into the long hang kips. And right now, tuck flyaway dismount, solid landing again.
Best this year is a 7.375. See where she is in relation to that here this evening.
Very nice free hip back hip circle right into that kip on the low bar. These were great long hang kips. Back, another free hip back hip circle. Getting set up for the dismount. Had a tiny pause there. That'll be a small deduction, but beautiful dismount. Great landing on that.
Haley Illy getting set to compete. A 7-3 and a 7-0 for Jantony.
Haley's going to show us a move here off the back called a pack salto. She does a backflip in between. This is new for her. It is beautiful. Does a handstand pirouette on that low bar. I love this transition move, a back toe circle. Casts up and she's ready for her giants. Nice job, and she'll get ready for layout flyaway dismount. Solid landing. She's very excited about that.
Her coaches were pumped up too.
Yeah. This is a huge release move for her. You'll see she casts, she does a backflip in between the two bars. Casts up, does a handstand pirouette here into a kip. And I just love this, a back toe circle. Nice transition to that high bar. Two giants right here. She gets ready for that dismount, a nice flyaway. And boy, did she fight for that landing. It was a beautiful routine.
Bars is an event that Park Center has not fared as well as they'd like at it, according to their coaches. But Illy will get an 8.65 and an 8.8. So nice performance for her, one of her best of the year. So we have completed our third rotation here. Osseo up next on the uneven bars as we continue here from Osseo High School.
Every time I hear the alarm bell go off in school, I think it's an air raid.
A lot of houses in our neighborhood have been destroyed. I like to close my ears and sing songs whenever the bombs come close.
I'm worried our new neighbors won't like us.
But I know it's all gonna be worth it. I just want my family to be safe. But these are not my words.
These are not my words.
These are not my words.
Welcome back here to Osseo as we get set for Osseo's turn on the uneven bars here in the varsity portion of our meet here. Amanda Bergstrand will be up first for the Orioles.
This is probably one of the toughest events as far as you need to have strength, upper body, stomach, abdominal strength, and most of the girls make it look so much easier than it actually is.
Amanda kind of filling in for some girls who are out, you know, in terms of being on the varsity on the bars. So somebody who's kind of just learning in this one, but you know, jumping in and doing what you can for her team.
Exactly, and she did a great job for someone that doesn't, you know, compete on the varsity. She has beautiful form. She's very strong. These are some real strong back hip circles. And like I said, that this is a tough event to jump into. She's doing there a long hang pullover. And does a nice cast straddle dismount with a good landing. Second gymnast up, Lexi, starting with a switch kip hang on. Oh, excellent. You do need to show a change of direction on the bars. That is a requirement. If you don't have that, there'll be a deduction. And she showed us that, so that was great. Doing long hang kips here, really fighting for those. That takes a lot of strength to do that. Beautiful. Oops, sorry, this is Katie. I apologize. Excellent. Nice flyaway dismount on that. You'll see here is that kip. She casts, she's facing forward. Now she's going to do a switch kip, change direction. Again, that is the requirement. Very nice couple of back hip circles. Able to hang on to that one also. hang kip here, and she's just strong.
It's a 4.7 and a 5.4. This will be Lexi up here for Osseo Fridley.
Nice job. Quicker routine than we're used to seeing, but what she did with great form. So she does a jump to a back pullover, and she's cast into 2 back hip circles. Does a nice squat on here. Does a extra swing, no deduction for that, and a beautiful layout flyaway for her.
It's a 5.1 and a 4.9. Laura Payne up now for Osseo.
Beautiful kip sequence for her. She's got nice form. Wasn't quite able to make that kip. Coach is going to help her. It's ready. Back hip circle on that high bar. A nice tuck flyaway dismount. She does get a small deduction for that coach having to step in and help on that. Not on the dismount, but on the long hang pullover. That was a nice dismount. She had a lot of height on that. She kind of let go a little late, so that caused her to come back towards that high bar. And I was just worried they're going to hit their feet and get tangled, but she didn't.
We're going to have a judges conference here. Judges tonight, by the way, Amy Schmidt, Kelsey Koppel, and Sabrina Steen. It's Amy on the left there and Sabrina on the right.
Anytime we have a judges conference, there is quite a discrepancy in between the score. It used to be that they had to be within 0.5, but the last score was a little bit greater than that between the two. And you know, it's harder to probably judge a routine that doesn't have all of the requirements that are in it. So that's probably what's happening here. So they kind of go over the routine move by move by move, and sometimes a judge might award a higher score for a specific, you know, maybe the dismount was a little higher, or maybe there was less deduction for the step on that landing.
See what they did come up with here for Laura. We get a 5.3 and a 4.45. And Alyssa Johnson up next.
Beautiful kip sequence there with that change of direction. Very strong bar worker. Nice long hang kip cast right into that long hang kip. Big cast for her dismount. Oops, sorry, long hang back pullover. Beautiful. And a pike flyaway dismount. Great landing. You'll see here, she does a kip, casts into another one. Switch kip shows that change of direction. Right into the free hip back hip circle, into another kip. Does her squat on so she can change to the high bar. Long hang kip, long hang kip. Free hip back hip circle here, big cast, and a beautiful flyaway dismount. Nice landing for her.
That's a 7.1 and a 7.15, so nice performance. So we have completed the uneven bars here for Osseo. We're halfway through the meet as we get set now for Osseo and Park Center on the beam coming up next year as more gymnastics on the way here on CCX Sports.
Okay, so we drowned the fire, stirred it, drowned it again, and now just feel if it's cold.
Yeah.
Cool.
Smokey just gave me a bear hug.
I know. Already posted it.
Set for our balance beam competition as Osseo taking their 3-minute warm-ups here. You see the scores through 4 rotations. Park Center commanding lead as expected, although I think the Pirates typically would be, a little higher than this at this point, based on what they've done so far this year. So,
having missing that number 2 gymnast, she is able to put up some pretty big scores, and they don't have her in this one. So I think you can really tell that she is missed. But what an opportunity it gives her some other girls to step up and compete in the varsity.
Amanda Bergstrand up first here for Osseo.
Amanda starting off with a no-handed 2-foot step-up mount. Showing us her jumps. There is the ever-dreaded full turn. Everyone has to have that on the balance beam. Beautiful wolf jump into a twisting tuck jump. Showing that change of direction and getting ready for her dismount. A punch front off the end. Again, nice job. What impresses me about her is the height that she gets on those jumps. This is a great angle to look to see that balance beam is about 4 inches wide. It's about the width of one of their feet. And you'll see here, she has such great height on her jumps, and anytime you're adding twisting elements to that jump, that increases the difficulty. Solid punch front right off the end of the beam to a great landing, just a small step on that. A nice start for Osseo Fridley.
Lexi Shreve getting set to go next here. Got a 7.3 and a 6.9 for Amanda, so 7.1.
Starting off with that tuck jump mount right into that. I love her little jazzy dance step there. Shows a lot of originality. And there's that full turn. Beautiful cartwheel, nice solid landing on that. Right into another cartwheel, good job. And the balance beam and the floor is where gymnasts really get to show a little bit of more originality of their personality. Where she did a jump split into a twisting tuck jump. Unfortunately, she was off a little bit and she ended up falling. Love that combination. She does a 3/4 twisting tuck jump immediately into her dismount. Throws a back flip off the side. Very original. You'll see here, these are her cartwheel series. Really nice, just a small wobble. Second cartwheel was rock solid. Here is that twisting tuck jump. Back flip off the side. Love, love the originality on that.
Got a 6.85 and a 7.1 for Lexi.
Nice score for her. Here comes Katie, and again, she does that tuck jump mount right into the split jump. 2 wolf jumps. Ready for the cartwheel, just off a little bit. That's what makes the beam so difficult, is it doesn't take much. Your shoulder's a little bit out of line from that beam, and the next thing you know, you're standing beside it.
Has scored as high as a 7.6 on beam this year, so obviously a capable performer on beam.
Beautiful wolf jump for her. Twisting tuck jump, and she hung on to that. That was very nice. And a round off dismount. A aerial round off dismount. You'll see here she goes for that cartwheel, and she's just over the beam just a little bit. Unfortunately, isn't able to save that one. Here's that great aerial round off dismount, fighting for every point she can have. Nice landing for her.
She will get a 6.5, and still waiting the second judge's score for Katie. 6.25.
If you take out those two falls, she was looking at a score up in the 7s. That's a really nice score, so she is definitely capable of that.
Laura Payne now up for Osseo Fridley. Oops. Have to get herself restarted.
Anytime you add that twisting element to anything and you do have a more difficulty, you also have more risk of falling off. But that was a gorgeous full turn for her. Cartwheel, rock solid. Oh, the round off makes that cartwheel, it's because you're landing on 2 feet. And again, that makes it more difficult. And same thing, does that full twisting tuck jump into the back flip off the side. Had such height on that back flip dismount. Nice job. See here, nice solid cartwheel. She goes directly into that round off, and she's just, that right foot was just off a little bit. This is just my favorite. I think this is the really great original dismount. 3/4 tuck jump into back flip off the side. Nice job. Looks like we're gonna get a judges conference here.
Kelsey Koppel coming over to talk to Amy Schmidt there.
You know, and as a gymnast, this is the one event that you don't want to have that judges conference. It's hard when you're standing there waiting for your turn. You did see the gymnast prior. She had that fall, and you know that right now your job is to stick to the routine that you have. So thankfully, it wasn't a very long one.
See what scores we wind up with here. Laura will get a 7.1 and a 6.9, so 7.0.
And again, she had that fall, so that is a really strong score. You take that fall away, and she would have been around a 7.5, 7.6 possibly.
So Alyssa Johnson, the 5th and final varsity competitor here for Osseo.
Beautiful for full turn, and she does that in a releve position, and that just makes that so pretty.
She's gone as high as 7.75 on this event this year.
Doing a back handspring directly into a back walk over. The shoulders were off a little bit. She wasn't able to save that. She's a very pretty gymnast to watch. Again, adding that twisting element to that, it does increase the difficulty, but also the risk of falling. That sequence, beautiful. She's such a pretty gymnast. That was a great routine. She had the fall, and here, this back handspring is fabulous, and you want to make sure that you continue, that there's no stop, and you can tell she was just off a little bit to the side there in order to get the connection. And here's that beautiful full twisting, or excuse me, three-quarter twisting tuck jump right into the back flip off the side.
So we'll see what Alyssa scores will look like here.
I love when we get shots like that from the camera that you're actually seeing. I mean, imagine taking like 2 pieces of duct tape, putting them on your carpet, and see if you can even walk on your carpet without falling off. There it is. It's 4 feet off the ground and 4 inches in width. I always challenge John, get up there. I want to see if you can at least stand up there, and he never takes me up on that.
Judges getting together here to go over Alyssa's scores.
The only good thing is there's not a gymnast waiting in the wings getting ready to go, so.
The conferences we have had tonight have been fairly quick, so it isn't, I don't think we have, one putting their foot down and saying, this is what it was.
This is the score, yep. This is our longest one right here that we've seen most of the night. Looks like they've come to an agreement on that. Imagine when you get up into the section meet, into the state meet, you have 4 judges on each event. You want to talk judges conferences? Those can be some long ones.
7-6 and a 7-3 awarded to Alyssa, so 7-4-5 total. And we have completed the balance beam for Osseo. Up next, Park Center gets onto the beam here as we continue our Northwest Suburban Gymnastics coverage here on CCX Sports.
What makes your community feel like home? Is it knowing what's happening in your neighborhood, or when people know your name? Connections make us a community. For more than 30 years, Northwest Community Television has connected citizens, neighbors, even sports fans through video. As life gets busier than ever, we will still offer you a connected community experience through CCX Media, so you can stay connected to the place you call home.
And Park Center up now on the balance beam. Rachel DuPont will be up first. She's had a high of 7.7 this year on this event.
Beautiful for full turn, great control. Gorgeous round off, she nailed that. Big smile on her face. I always love when gymnasts smile. Doesn't happen that often, but it shows that they enjoy what they're doing and they're having a good time. Nice jump series. Back walkover right into another back walkover. There's no stop in between. That's what you're looking for. Twisting wolf jump. She has beautiful form. Nice back flip dismount with a good solid landing. She's very excited.
Always a little relief when you're done too, I think, but definitely was excited about it.
Anytime you can be done with the beam routine and not have really a wobble or a fall or a major deduction, she should be excited about that. This was great. And she may be one of those gymnasts that sometimes teeters between JV and varsity, being that their other gal isn't here, and rock solid on that. She was great.
I think it can help the confidence of her teammates maybe a little bit, that follow too.
Yep, we talk a lot about when you get into situations, the balance beam is probably the event that makes or breaks you the most. If you can get 5 routines without falls, the scores will just continue to increase gymnast after gymnast, and that's what you're looking for. And so they are off to a great start. She had the
difficulty in the beautiful dance. You got an 8-4 and an 8-5. So
good score for her.
Alyssa Lance up now for PC.
teams can get on that energy where the first one goes good and you hope that the second one, so by the time you're at your fifth gymnast, oh, darn, little bobble on the side that caused her to fall. But you hope that the scores increase because that last gymnast is usually your most talented and high scorer. Nice round off, fighting for that landing. Good job.
Coaches feel like things are starting to come together for her on this event more so than the early part of the year, too.
She works at this event with confidence. She might not have the big tumbling skills, but she's got beautiful jumps and combinations. Getting for that dismount. Wow, that is a difficult dismount. That is a standing back flip with a full twist. A lot of girls will do a cartwheel or a round off into that, yet she does it from the standing position. Nice job. And just see, she was fighting so hard to save that. She was just off a little bit there on the side, but this, beautiful. She did have that fall, but she should be pretty happy with that routine because everything else was done very well.
See Janthony Vu getting set to go next year for Park Center after the scores are tallied for Alyssa. And she'll get a 7.8 and an 8.0, so 7.9 total.
Nice full turn start for her. Switch leap into a jump split leap. Good combination. Nice way to save that back handspring. Goes into the second one. She makes it look so simple, and it's really, really difficult. Hang on. Oh, good job. And a nice aerial round-off dismount to a solid landing on that. A couple of wobbles, but other than that, good routine for her. Here's that back handspring, and she fought for that. Nice save. The second back handspring, very solid. Nice aerial round-off dismount.
See Chandra Vu getting set to go next, and they like what she's been doing on the beam. It has a high of 8.9, and and it's been adding some difficulty lately to her routines as well. So she should be fun to watch.
That's what you want at this time of the season. You want the scores to increase every meet that you do from here on in, and you really are looking for the consistency of these gymnasts also.
Janthony Vu gets a 7.6 and a 7.75.
Very nice jump combination. Her two back handsprings, beautiful connection on those two. Nice job. Great switch leap right into that standing back flip. Very difficult combination. What impresses me right now is the height that she has on everything. And she is maybe 4'6", 7", maybe. Tiny little thing, and so strong. The two back handsprings, you just want to make sure that you don't slow down and you connect. There's no stop in between, which, beautiful job, not done there. She goes into that switch leap and immediately throws the standing back flip. Tiny, tiny bobble, but that was it. Nice aerial round-off dismount to a solid landing. She should be pretty pleased with that routine. Watching Haley in warm-up, she is going to throw 2 backflips in a row. So where we saw the prior gymnast do the 2 back handsprings, which is a difficult combination itself, Haley does 2 standing backflips.
Great score for Chandra, 9-1 and 9-1-5.
Beautiful. First backflip right into the second. She's able to hang on. She will have the deduction. She did grab the balance beam with her hand. That is so difficult.
2-time state competitor on this event and won the Champlain Luau meet this year.
Hang on. Oh, darn. When we're in the middle of the season in the dual competitions, you obviously want to throw the best routine that you can on a competition night. Hang on to that. Good. There you go. But it's also, she knows now that she's got to work a little bit harder and get a couple more possible beam routines and some great repetition in that gym. Beautiful round off back full twisting dismount. She has her routine is filled with everything that she needs to get back to state on this meet. You'll see here, this first back flip is it's just solid, and then she doesn't stop. She goes right into the second one. Shoulders are down a little bit low, but she hangs on to save that.
This concludes our 6th row.
And this is just beautiful round off full twist. Solid landing. Probably not the routine she was hoping for, but boy, if you're going to fall, let's do it here rather than in sections. And in the past years, you can tell she has done great in the sections and the state meet.
In an 8.35 and an 8.55, so Illy and the Pirates done on the beam. One event to go for each team now. Park Center up next on the floor exercise here as we continue on CCX Sports.
I adopted Bento in 2010 from a shelter. As it turns out, we have very similar personalities. And this cat makes me make art because he's always motivating me to take pictures of him, to draw pictures of him. He just is motivating artistically. It's just that simple. Well, he's my best friend, but a lot of people know him as Keyboard Cat.
Welcome back here to Osseo as Park Center getting set to compete on the floor exercise. Rachel DuPont will be up first for the Pirates.
She was such a beautiful dancer on the balance beam. I'm sure she's got a really fun floor routine to watch. I think by far this is, I know for me, and granted it was 100 years ago, but this was my favorite event to compete on because you're able to pick your music, have a lot of input on your choreography, and I think it's just a fun event. And love her smile, and she just seems to really enjoy herself on these events.
Coaches say Rachel plays well to the audience. You know, kind of, you have to realize that that's, you know, part of the floor exercise in particular.
It definitely is, and I think she does a stellar job at it. She's just fun to watch. You want to smile. Opens up there with round off 2 back handsprings into a tuck back flip. Good height on that.
Last meet, Park Center had 4 girls in the 9s on the floor, which is getting up there. That's pretty impressive.
That is a really good team score for that. Very nice front handspring punch front. You want to be able to show change of direction in your tumbling. So you have to tumble frontwards and backwards. Move there called aerial cartwheel. Getting ready for that third and final tumbling pass in the corner there. Round up back handspring, back flip. Definitely has a lot of fun with her music and her choreography. Nice job. I want to check if we can see if she's smiling while she's tumbling upside down. She just seems like a happy person. Here's that first tumbling pass. Beautiful set on that back flip, and it's done very well. And her second one here was great. Does a front handspring into a punch front, dive roll. Nice combination. Again, that big smile. And her third pass, round up back handspring, back flip. Nice height on that as well.
There's our score so far after 6 rotations. DuPont getting a 7.7 and a 7.9, so 7.8 average. Alyssa Lance will be up next here for PC.
Really powerful music for her. Those are two wonderful full twisting jumps. Nice combination there. Opens up on her first tumbling pass. Round up back handspring, full twist. Very solid. Taking a little bit of a breather before her second one. Punch front, walk out. Round up back handspring.
Alyssa's been battling a little bit of illness, so the coach is saying that her stamina will still get a little bit better, and that should help her scores in this event too.
This is an event where stamina is very important too. You're only out there for a minute to a minute 30. It takes a lot of work to do that.
And you know you're going to get tired, but you don't want to look tired doing it too, right?
She does a nice job at showing us that, you know, she does that. I mean, you know, it's difficult because, first of all, you're not feeling well. You've had a full day of school, then you know, maybe grab something quick to eat, and then you come here, and when you're a little under weather, that makes this difficult. But she couldn't tell. She had a great routine. Very nice full twist. Good landing on that. And here she goes for her punch front. She makes this, adds difficulty because she walks out of that and tumbles forward into round up back handspring, and then her final tumbling pass. Round up 2 back handsprings into a nice high back flip.
Alyssa gets an 8.4 and an 8.2, so 8.3 total. Here's Chandra Vu.
Her twisting ability just marvels me. She makes it look so simple. She opens up there with the round up back handspring double twist. And she showed us that on the vault when she threw the double twist on the vault. Very fun to watch. 2 punch fronts in a row. Nice full twisting leap series. There's the full turn, which is a requirement on the floor as well as the balance beam. A little easier to do on the floor. Ends with a double twist. So impressive. You can tell she is very, very happy. I think the thing that really strikes me in her twisting is that her body is so tight and it's so quick. It's amazing how fast she's able to show you the 2 rotations here. She does 2 back handspring sets, boom. I mean, it's like a blur, and that was beautiful. These are 2 punch fronts in a row. Very difficult to do, and she has great height on both of those. And to end with another double twist. Very impressive.
Judges are going to have to confer here before awarding her scores, as Sister Janthony getting set to go and just kind of realized, I'm going to have to wait just a moment here.
I wonder if they're competitive as sisters, you know, or if they're supportive. And if this were me and my sister, I would secretly be praying for a fall or a slip. Of course, this is the girl that tried to get me to step off the side of the Grand Canyon when I was little further back. I can't get you in the picture. I'm kidding, Diane, if you're listening, sorry.
An 8.8 and an 8.95. Janthony Vu up next.
Setting up for her first tumbling pass. She does a 1.5 twist for that opening. What makes that a little bit difficult, it's a blind landing. Gorgeous height on those 2 leaps. Punch front walk up, round off, back flip in the pike position. For that 3rd and final tumbling pass. Round off 2 back handsprings into a full twist. Nice job. Beautiful routine for her as well. Here's that first one, and you'll tell she opens up with a 1.5 twist. And she's actually landing kind of in a blind where you don't really see that floor. Second tumbling pass, she does a punch front, she walks right out of it, steps into the round up back pike. Again, great height on that. And her final tumbling pass is the full twist. Good solid landing also.
It's a 9.1 and a 9.3, so 9.2 for her. Haley Illy up next.
She is just a powerhouse. This will be a fun routine just to sit back and watch. Beautiful double twist. Nice height on that. Good jump leap series. Second tumbling pass coming up here. Round up 2 back handsprings into that full twist. Lots of height on that. Having music, she slows down just a tiny bit, catch her breath before she gets ready for that 3rd and final tumbling pass. Sets up in the corner there. Beautiful front handspring with a full twisting front flip. Nice job there. looks like the music might have went on just a little bit longer than she was expecting, but she was able to cover that up. Here's that first pass, though. Wonderful double twist. Great height with a good solid landing. Her second tumbling pass, she does round up back handspring full twist. Again, nice solid landing. And when she chooses to do the change of direction, most gymnasts throw this as their second pass. She does it as her third and final. Handspring, front flip, layout with that full twist on that also.
Judges getting together here before they display Haley's scores here. So Park Center done with floor and done with the night. Osseo will get their floor routines here to end things out on their home mat.
Well, Jay, I have to say we've had more judges' conferences tonight than I think we've had in a while. So welcome to the world of gymnastics, right? No, these actually are very important because you want to make sure that your gymnast is getting credit for every connection, combination. If there's bonus elements involved, you want to make sure that they are awarded everything that they're deserved. And when you get into the meets that, the section meets and the state meet, sometimes they're won and lost by, 5/100ths of a point or something. So it's pretty important. And as well as the gymnasts throughout the season need to, participate and feel strongly about their routines. Judges do too. Every year you can have different judges or new judges, and it's important that everyone's on the same page. This, like skating, is one of the only sports that are still critiqued by humans.
Osseo coming up next on the floor. Illy will get a 9.4 and a 9.2, so 9.3 total for her on the floor exercise. Osseo coming up next. We'll be right back here to Osseo High School. Rotation of the night now is Osseo getting set to go on the floor exercise with Amanda Bergstrand.
This concludes the 3-minute warm-up.
Ready to go.
First time on the varsity on floor this year is a little illness going through the team for Osseo Fridley.
And as a coach, you do want to have that next girl in line that maybe is one of your top girls on JV, but that can step into that varsity position. And she's done that a couple times tonight, so nice job for her. Round up 2 back handsprings. Beautiful combination, full twisting tuck jump, full twisting wolf jump with lots of height on that. Round up back handspring into back roll. Nice job. She seems pretty happy with that routine. And again, it's nice as a coach that you have that much confidence in a girl to step in and take that position when need be. Beautiful punch front into forward roll to open up with. Looking at round off 2 back handsprings. And the third pass was a round off back handspring into back roll.
And the judges are going to have a little chat here.
Again, there's just a discrepancy in the score, and they have to get a little bit closer together in their scores. There are lots of elements that go into a floor routine. You've got combinations, you've got dance combinations, you've got dance acrobatic combinations, you've got your tumbling series. And for each element that you don't have, those can be deductions on that. So sometimes when the routine maybe doesn't have all the requirements, I think it gets a little bit more difficult to judge.
So here's Rachel Holly.
Does a nice round off 2 back handsprings. Good form on that. Setting up for a second tumbling pass. Nice punch front, forward roll, right into cartwheel. Setting up for this third and final tumbling pass. Round off back handspring, back handspring. Love that move there, called a Shushanova, named after the gymnast Elena Shushanova. It looks like it hurts, but it really doesn't. I just think it's a really cool move. First opening tumbling pass, round off 2 back handsprings, nice form. And the second one, she does a punch front, has great height, right into that forward roll and cartwheel. Third tumbling pass, round off 2 back handsprings. That third gal up. Beautiful. Round up back handspring, layout back flip.
Lexi Shreve competing here.
Setting up in the corner for second tumbling pass. Punch front, round off, 2 back handsprings. Nice job. Does a 1.5 twist into a 1.5 tuck jump. Nice job. Great combination. Now for that third tumbling pass. Round up, back handspring, back flip. It was a cute routine and choreographed nicely for her. First tumbling pass, she does a round up back handspring, back flip. She does it in the laid out position. Nice job. Here's that punch front cartwheel. Round off 2 back handsprings for her second pass. And her third pass, round off back handspring, back flip. Again, a lot of height on that one as well. Having another judges conference. Makes for a little bit longer night for the whole meet, as well as that gymnast that's in the wings waiting to take her turn, but at least it's not the balance beam. They've cleared that up. That was the quickest one so far, so we are ready to go.
Laura Payne getting set to go next. Got a 7-1 and a 6-9 for Lexi.
Some fun kind of swing music here as she opens up that first tumbling pass. Round up back handspring, back flip. Having fun with the choreography. We need to show a change of direction also on the floor, just like the balance beam, which she did. Great punch front, forward roll, cartwheel for her second tumbling pass. Ends with round up back handspring back flip as well. Nice job. Just another gymnast that looks like she's having a lot of fun out there. Here's her first one. Lots of height. I always love when gymnasts can do that first tumbling series, usually about as high as they are tall. This is a great punch front forward roll cartwheel. Round up back handspring back flip for that third and final tumbling pass.
7-6 and a 7-1-5, so.
Nice scores.
And here's Alyssa Johnson to complete the night here for Osseo.
Opens up with that round up back handspring full twist, a little tiny bit low on that landing, but she was able to correct that, stand it up, and good job. Again, loving the smile. Setting up in the corner for the second tumbling pass. Front handspring walkout, round up back flip. And lastly, round up two back handsprings into a nice back flip on that one also.
Nice job by Alyssa Johnson here for Osseo.
She seems pretty pleased with that as we look at the opening tumbling pass for her. Round up back handspring full twist. Second pass here, she does a front handspring walkout into a round up back flip. Again, showing the change of direction. We had some forward tumbling in that second pass, and her third and final tumbling pass. Round up two back handsprings into that nice high back flip.
And a 7.55 and a 7.7 for Alyssa Johnson to wrap up the night here for Osseo. So the Orioles completing their floor exercise tonight. We'll be back and wrap things up here in a moment. The final scores. John Jacobson will join us as well from Osseo here. Park Center and the Orioles wrapping up their gymnastics meet. We'll be right back here on CCX Sports.
Most of my family, they never graduated high school or even let alone go to college, so I'm trying to break that barrier. Every day after work, went straight to school, studied hard, and it paid off. I could not have done it alone. I see the future is really bright for me. The high school diploma is just added to the confidence, and now I feel unstoppable.
Find free adult education classes near you at finishyourdiploma.org.
And there's a look at our final score here tonight. Park Center, maybe not quite at where they had been before the holiday break, and then, you know, a score that they can certainly better and have bettered this year, but definitely an impressive night overall, 134.12, and Osseo coming in at 110. Your thoughts overall on the meet, Deb?
I think that, you know, the meet was really great for both teams. I think we had a little bit of struggle. The beam was challenging for both teams. I think Park Center missing one of their top girls, it kind of shows that in their score, but it also gave an opportunity for us to take a look at some other girls that maybe we wouldn't normally see. All in all, I think both teams did really well. It's tough to get that first meet underneath you from that spring break, and there's a big invitational this weekend over at Park Center, and Coach Bruce said just wanted to get this meet out of the way so that the teams are prepared. So I think both teams should be pretty pleased at how they did tonight.
Many of the top teams in the state will be at Park Center coming up on Saturday for that MGGOA. John Jacobson joins us now with a couple of victorious Pirates.
Well, thanks, Jay. I'm here with Hannah Farrell and Haley Illy. And Hannah, first of all, getting back into the gym and competition after a couple of weeks off from meet competition. What's it like to get this first meet back out of the way?
It feels good. I mean, I'm good to be back. It feels nice to be back in the gym and actually competing again. And hopefully I'm not going back into being hurt, but.
Is it a little tough to get back into the routine? I mean, you're just back into school for a couple of days and a regular practice schedule during the break and just trying to get back into the routine of practicing and getting ready for meets?
It is, but I've been through this before, so I mean, I kind of got used to it. I mean, it's hard on me, but I'm trying my best to stay healthy and get better. So
Saturday, I know you've got a big meet, the MGGOA meet at your school. How excited are you girls for that and to be the host school?
Yes, we're very excited, and we're so thankful that we can even host this meet.
Is it fun to see and compete against competition like that you're going to be competing against Saturday?
Yes, it is. We're all really excited to see all the teams that have been coming and seeing all the great competition that we're going to have.
You've got about 6 weeks left before sections begin. What needs to improve for this team to make a run at Champlin Park or at Maple Grove at sections?
I really feel like we need to stay conditioned and get more clean in our routines and everything, and make sure that everything is just clean, basically. We need to, I don't really know. I guess just stay clean.
Well, Hannah, enjoy the win tonight and good luck the rest of the season.
Thank you.
Haley Illy, our all-around champion tonight, and tell me about your meet and how you felt you did and your team did tonight.
For me personally, it was an all right meet. I mean, it was the first meet back after the break, so it was pretty good. But the team, I thought we did really good. I mean, we're missing Maddie tonight because she was in Costa Rica for over break. But overall, I think we did pretty good for the circumstances and with break and everything that we had.
With Maddie out, is it nice to see some of the other girls get a chance, though, to compete at varsity?
Yeah, it is. It's really cool because, some of the younger girls, they get to come up for varsity or get to come up on actually JV instead of our JV2 team. So they're really happy, and it's fun to, watch them compete, on varsity or JV for the first time because they get excited about it, and they always, do good, and it's really cool.
I asked Hannah about Saturday's meet. Tell me about the meet at your school coming up in 2 days.
Yeah, it's a really big one. It's a really important one for me, at least, because a lot of the teams that will be at sections will be there. So it's kind of like a pre-section almost, because I get to see where my routines stand with everyone else and how sections might turn out. I mean, there's still a while to practice before sections, but it's a really good practice and it's really important.
You've been to state before. What needs to improve for you to get back to state again in February?
I need to get my bars. I have some more skills to add on, and then mainly all my other events, just more consistent on everything and more powerful, just to get it all kind of together in more routines, mainly just pushing them in the gym and stuff.
Good luck the rest of the year.
Yeah, thank you.
Haley Illy and Hannah Farrell, Park Center again, winner tonight against Osseo Fridley. Jay and Debbie, back to you.
Thank you very much, and congratulations to the girls. And that should be a great meet over there Saturday. If anybody watching, great chance to get over and watch some great gymnasts from Park Center and a lot of other schools too.
And you know, Coach Bruce will put on a great show. So if you do, if it's too cold to do anything else, go in there and see some wonderful gymnastics. So it should be good.
Park Center also has a big one coming up conference-wise next week as they'll take on Champlain Park. Meanwhile, Osseo will be taking on Anoka. Deb, thanks so much for joining us once again. I'm breaking back into the gymnastics routine here tonight, but a great meet for both these teams.
Well, it was fun to work with you tonight. I hope we get the opportunity again, and thank you. And it was a great meet for both teams tonight.
All right, that'll do it here from Osseo as Park Center defeats Osseo Fridley in gymnastics 134.120 to 110.470. For Debbie Rasmussen, John Jacobson, and all of our crew, I'm Jay Wilcox. So long from Osseo.